All right, so we are starting with a clean slate. This is a polygel backfill I did in my last video. Click here if you would like to see that, but maybe wait until after you watch this video, or if you watch that first, come on back. I'm getting into my new manicure, which I am obsessed with. I had no idea what I wanted to do going into this video, and this is not what I started out doing, but I am absolutely obsessed with it. So different from anything that I've done to date, and I really need to allow myself the space to experiment like I did with this because I'm in love with it. And I'm going to show you how I did it. It started out not with an accident, but with the intention of doing a French manicure with the blue. So I went and I started to lay in the blue to go ahead, and the way I do French manicures is I brush on half the nail with the color, and then I use an application brush to clean away the smile line. So I started to lay in the blue, and I liked the pattern that I was getting, so I decided to go with it. I sat there and I looked at it and I'm trying to decide if it was something that I was going to like, and I ended up just curing it and going with it, and I love it. So let's start off with our base. I wanted to keep this pinky base, but I didn't want to leave it just the polygel background because I do have areas, maybe more on my left hand than my right hand, where I had a break in the color because the polygel was thinned out too much. I don't seem to have that problem on my right hand though, but I still, to keep it consistent, I'm going to do an overlay of the same color that I used, which was Magnifique from Madame Glam. But first I'm going to use Young Nails Protein Bond to go ahead and get a tacky layer on the nail. Now it's not really necessary because the nail is roughed up from filing and prep, but I still, since I use my hands a lot, they're in and out of water, I like to have that added protection. Now, whenever I'm actually doing the color application, I go ahead and I cover the full nail with the Protein Bond. Young Nails says you really only need to put it at the cuticle line for like acrylic application and polygel and whatnot, but I like to cover the entire nail, at least at this stage. A little extra goes a long way. So this does not need to be cured, it air dries. So once you finish the fifth nail, you should be ready to go in with your color on nail 1. So just a normal application. Going to go ahead and push it towards the cuticle line and pull up or forward down towards the free edge. I'm gonna pop my thumb in the lamp and continue on with the rest of my fingers. Okay, so we've got our base. Now we're going to go in and lay in our blue. And this is Millennium Enterprise from Apres. And their brushes really lend to doing this kind of half moon style because they're tapered. And they work really well. The bristles splay out very well. And you can get a nice rounded edge. So I'm just going to turn it as I'm going to try to make that semicircle naturally, and then I'll adjust it with my liner brush. I want to match it, make sure that they are the same on both thumbs. So I'm going to bring it down a little bit. Take a look at it again, and now we can just go ahead and adjust it with our liner brush. Make sure there's no color on it from before. I was using gold. Whoop. I'm gonna put a little bit of polish on the brush to help me out. Make sure the color is even all the way around. And go ahead and give it a cure. All right, going in with my middle finger and ring finger to do the same thing. Moving right along, we're going to go ahead and put in our gold lines. I am doing a full dip into my gold chrome gel paint from Madame Glam, and then just wiping it off a little bit. And then gently, not placing the bristles down and, you know, spreading them. I just want to drag the pigment as thinly as possible. To highlight the line, or emphasize the line rather. I messed it up. And now we're going to go in and we're going to do the freehand abstract design, which I see, honestly, I see a lot of, but I think it's so elegant, to use a word. So I'm gonna try to mirror it. So I'm gonna curve the line from the right side around to the left. If I can get my hand positioned properly for it. Might just have to do it this way. This way. Yay! There's a little bit of an edge hanging off there, so I'm going to take my cleanup brush and try to merge it more gracefully. Oop. And I just dropped more pigment on my cuticle. Lovely. I'll clean it up before it goes in the lamp. And then we're going to take kind of like doing a Y. My hand doesn't go in this direction. Let's just screw this shut so I don't knock it over. And then we're going to close it off with a U. It's a little bit smaller than on my left hand. This curve is a little overemphasized, leaving less room for the other side, but that's okay. I'm not going to be walking around like this showing people. For our pinky, we're going to go in the opposite direction, so I'm going to curve it in a dramatic U. Bring our bottle back. Is that right? Yeah. Yeah? Yeah. Yeah? Yeah. I feel like that's not right. It doesn't look right. Oh, I know why. Oops. I don't like it. I need to redo it. Oh. Right, right? This should not be this hard. I got it. I got it. Once again, it's smaller, but I got it. Okay. I just need to fix it because it's gonna bug me. Yay! Boo! This has to come up like this. Oh, I just touched it. All right, moving on, we're going to put in some flowers. So I took Dusky Denim from a Prey. I took a Deja Brew also from a Prey, and then Trick or Treat from Madame Glam, which is this beautiful burnt orange. So just going to lay them in using my liner brush, and this is my 7mm. I did start off with these nails because I wasn't sure if I wanted to put anything on the other nails. Did I get... No. Okay. So that's what we're going to do. And basically we're just creating pointed oval shapes. So I'm going to start with the brown down in the corner. I don't know why I feel the need of them to be matchy-matchy, but we're going to go with it. So we're just going to draw, really feel my New York accent come out when I say certain words. An open parentheses and, sorry, a closed parentheses, and then an open parentheses, and then fill it in. Of course, if you take a little bit more paint on your brush, it's easier. There we go. And we're gonna fan them out. So I have a habit of drawing the first one directly in the center, and then I can't fit all of them next to each other to where they look like they're surrounding the center of the flower. Like this one is slightly pushed out, and it's going to happen again because I don't feel like starting over. I really need to get one of those magnifying headsets so that I don't go blind. Oh, I'm gonna have to fix it. Let's see if we can just erase the one in the center. And when you get it the way you want it, go ahead and cure it, because if you draw them really close together, you don't want them to end up touching and then blending together, because then they won't look like a flower. And then we're going to go ahead and put in the other flowers. So the blue is coming out from the center here. have a feeling this hand is going to take me longer than my other hand, which already took a while. One of these days I'm going to start and end videotaping on the same day. I don't mean like hours apart, I mean like starting at 7 o'clock and finishing past midnight. Okay, I've gotten and flashed all of the flowers, and I'm going to go ahead and put in the iris. So the orange gets the brown, and I'm just using a dotting tool. The blue gets the orange. And the brown gets the blue. All right, so we've got our 2 accent nails done, although technically I would say they're all accent nails. Now we're going to go in and do the inverted French nails. And these also kind of came unintentionally. I was going to put flowers on the inside by the blue, and I think I did these 2 petals and knew I wasn't going to have room for 2 more here. So I put one up here, and I liked the pattern that it created, so I then just added in 3 more up top and decided to do a flower down here. So that's what we're going to do. It's the same process we've been doing, nothing crazy. I'm actually just going to switch to my longer liner brush so that I can get the larger petals. But we're going to go in with blue, light blue. And then slightly up, like about halfway, we're going to go in and put another one at a slightly greater angle than what I did. And then one in the center. I'm going to go in with the orange. I would advise not doing what I'm doing now. I would go ahead and cure the blue, but I am not. I'm going to go in with the orange right away. Need to make the blue a little smaller over here. And now we're going to put in the flower at the bottom. So it's the same as all the others. This one though has 5 petals, which I didn't notice, instead of 4. So we're going to keep it the same for symmetry's sake. I want to be done. Can I be done?
Bottom side of the nails, because like I said, we're going to be filing. We don't want anything to get gunked up. So I do choose to keep these nails.
So on the last two nails, I reversed the pattern. I have the leaves going down in the negative space, and I have the flower up in the positive space. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to keep them both blue and orange, and then I'm going to alternate orange and brown. Ay, almost done, almost done, almost done. Right, we are finally done with the design. Now we're going to go in and finish it off with base and top coat. If you like a really smooth, flush surface, you're going to want to definitely do a base coat first. Since the petals are slightly raised, you want to go ahead and level that out. And you don't want to have to put in too thick of a coat of top coat and risk it flooding your cuticles. So I always go in with a layer of base coat. Also, because I've been wiping the nail with acetone to clean it up as I go if I make a mistake. I need to get a tacky layer back on there so that the top coat doesn't start to peel. And here we have it. This is, I'm gonna say this is probably one of my favorite sets that I've ever done. Definitely took longer than anticipated, but that seems to be the theme of all my videos. I'm gonna finish off with some Cuccio cuticle oil to rehydrate those cuticles. And I'm going to thank you so much for joining me. If you made it this far, please leave a flower emoji down below in the comments section. If you have any comments or questions, leave those down there too, and I will be happy to answer them. If you have any suggestions for upcoming content, I'd love to hear it. And all the information for the products I used will be down in the description box. Subscription box. Please do hit that like and subscribe button and that notification bell so that you always know when new videos are available. Also, I would like to mention once again that I do have memberships now. So if you would like to sign up, I believe it's $250, $299 a month for the base membership, and that gets you not additional content, but it gets you early access to content and videos. Early access to videos and content. And then there's a second tier membership where you have where you have the ability to get additional content, not at will, I won't say, but if you have a particular question, video you would like me to publish, instructional, viral content that's going around, anything, or almost anything that you would like put into a video, you might just see it there that no one else will be able to see because they don't have a membership. So if you would like to join either the first or the second tier, click that join button down underneath the video. But otherwise, thank you so much for joining me. If you are subscribed already, thank you for being here. And if you are just a recurring viewer, thank you again. But I would love it if you could subscribe and help support this channel. So thank you once again, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.